Every morning Wang Chang does something strange. She smears her face with coal ash to make it look dark and sallow. That day the village entrance suddenly became noisy as officers went from house to house selecting beautiful girls. The leading official pushed open the Wang family's courtyard gate and frowned at the dirty-faced girl squatting by the stove with a slovenly thing she worthy of being selected. Sir, the ash on her face was just applied. A sharp-eyed attendant suddenly reached out and rubbed Wang Chang's cheek, revealing skin as white as jade beneath. A basin of cold water was poured over her head, and the girl's true appearance made everyone gasp. Almond-shaped eyes, misty lips like dabbed vermilion, and black hair dripping with water, already stunningly beautiful. Mother, as Wang Chang was dragged onto the carriage struggling, the old woman rushed forward and grabbed the officer's clothes, but was kicked hard in the chest. Before the carriage curtain fell, she last saw her mother curled up on the muddy ground. After 2.5 years in the deep palace, Wang Chang had not even seen the emperor's clothes. One snowy night, an old palace maid who had served 3 emperors said, while mending clothes, the girls waiting for their portrait stretch all the way to the West Market Gate. Just queuing takes 5 years. Remember to bribe the painter. If his brush slips, your life is ruined. On the day of the portrait in spring, Wang Chang was behind Li Guixiang. This beauty with phoenix eyes untied a bulging purse and pushed it to the painter. Please take extra care, sir. The clinking gold ingots had just fallen into the drawer when the painter eyed the phoenix hairpin in her hair. This hairpin would suit my new apprentice. When it was Wang Chang's turn, the painter rubbed his fingers, hinting, do you know about the lubrication fee? She clenched her empty sleeves. Does the court not pay you enough to eat and drink? The painter sneered and lifted his brush, adding a twisted scar to the corner of her mouth on the portrait. During the autumn consort selection, the emperor couldn't put down Li Guixiang's portrait, but frowned at Wang Chang's. What a pity, she's got a crooked mouth. That night, Wang Chang stared at the clay pot she brought from home, filled with the bamboo slips she had saved for queuing for the portrait, a total of 76 pieces. The turning point came suddenly. The Xiongnu delegation arrived with a cavalry and stopped outside Chang, and the Changyu's son wanted to marry a true princess. The emperor angrily threw his teacup. How can my precious daughter go to the frontier to eat sand? The white-bearded old minister prostrated and suggested find a palace made with a similar appearance to marry in her place. When Wang Chang knelt on the cold stone floor to volunteer, the emperor was furious that no one had stepped forward. You are loyal, but with that appearance, his words stopped abruptly. Wang Chang, who had washed off the coal ash, lifted her head, the candlelight casting a soft glow on her face, adding a touch of determination compared to the day she was washed with water. Quickly summoned the beautician, the emperor suddenly changed his tone, but several eunuchs hurried into the hall carrying a bloody sack. The bride painter had been executed. At the 5th watch, the envoy sent the marriage document with the golden seal, and the emperor stared at the 2 portraits on the table with a bitter smile. Li Guixiang's real face was square with small eyes, and Wang Chang's portrait still had that ridiculous crooked mouth. On the day of departure to the frontier, the red bridal procession passed by the portrait studio. Wang Chang lifted the carriage curtain and saw Li Guixiang handing a purse to the new painter. The wind from the frontier rolled yellow sand into the city gate. She hugged the old clay pot in her arms. Inside, the cloth doll her mother had sewn still carried the smell of stove coal ash.